Good morning, children. I am Sanamis here. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to the new lesson, respiration in organisms. We all know that all living organisms breathe. That is, we take in oxygen, give out carbon dioxide. When you run fast, what happens? You breathe very fast. So why do we breathe very fast? And all that we will see in this lesson. Okay, respiration is also a part of breathing. So why are we doing this? We are going to study in detail in this lesson. So in the first chapter we have already seen that all the living organisms are made up of basic structural and functional unit that is called the cell. So this cell is performing certain functions for our life, like nutrition, excretion, transportation. These are certain duties of the cells which are performing to make us alive. So for these cells to perform the duties like nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, they need energy. So from where do they get this energy? The energy is stored in the food we eat. That is why our parents are saying they compel us to have the food. That is the balanced diet, all the 3 times a day, all the meals 3 times a day. So the energy is stored in the food. So we are eating the food. That means we are not eating the energy, we are eating the food. So how do we get energy from this food? So how do we get the energy stored in the food? We will see that. So even when we are sleeping also, we need energy. The cells are performing certain functions. So even while sleeping, we need energy. Okay, I told you the energy is present in the stored food. The food which we are eating. The energy is present in the food which we are eating. Now, what happens is we are breathing in or taking in oxygen. This oxygen is transported through the blood to all the cells. So this oxygen, when it reaches the cell, the food present there is reduced or oxidized to give energy. That is called respiration. So since all these things are taking place in the cells, it is called cellular respiration. I told you when we take in oxygen, this oxygen passes through with the blood and it will reach all the cells. So the food present in the cells will combine with oxygen and energy is released. So that is called respiration. All this is taking place in the cells. So it is called as cellular respiration. There are 2 types of respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. I told you there are 2 types of respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Now we will see what is aerobic respiration. This means the organisms will breathe or the respiration will take place only in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is involved. So that is called aerobic respiration. When oxygen is involved, it is called aerobic respiration. So I told you the food are present in the cells. That is how they are present in the cells. We are eating the food, it goes to our stomach. We have already saw in the nutrition in animals how this food reaches the stomach. This food is digested in the stomach. It goes to the small intestine. there are villi present. The villi will absorb the digested food, and through the villi and through the blood, the food will reach the cells. So when we say food, it is present in the cells as glucose. So now when we take in oxygen during breathing, this blood carries this oxygen also. This oxygen, when it reaches the cells, the glucose or the food is broken down to release energy. So this takes place in the presence of oxygen. So it is called aerobic respiration. So in aerobic respiration, the end product is always carbon dioxide and water. That is the end product or the final product formed after the aerobic respiration. Now next is anaerobic respiration. So there are certain microorganisms. I told you microorganisms means these are organisms, very tiny organisms which we can't see through our naked eye. You can see them only through the microscope. So these microorganisms, they are called as one such microorganism called as yeast. What do? They respire anaerobically. That means without oxygen. They respire without oxygen or in the absence of oxygen to release energy. So this is called anaerobic respiration. So anaerobic respiration means the respiration taking place in the absence of oxygen to release energy is called the anaerobic respiration, where the oxygen is not involved. So this takes place in microscopic organisms. Example, yeast. Yeast is a microscopic organism, and this yeast respires anaerobically to produce energy. So now this yeast, we know that we are using in our food. For example, we are using this yeast to make the bread soft and fluffy because they are respiring anaerobically. Lot of carbon dioxide is given out. That's how the bread becomes very soft. Now they are also used in the alcohol, that is beer and wine. They are also used in the forming the beer and wine, because the end product of anaerobic respiration is carbon dioxide and alcohol. Ethanol or alcohol is formed as a result of anaerobic respiration. So that is why yeast, since they are respiring anaerobically, that is in the absence of oxygen. So these are the end product is alcohol and carbon dioxide. So that is why they are used to produce beer and wine. That is about anaerobic respiration. So yeast are anaerobes. Anaerobes means the organisms which are respiring anaerobically, that is in the absence of oxygen. So we call it anaerobes. Now our muscle cells also sometimes respire anaerobically. So when we do vigorous exercise, that means very fast cycling, or when we run fast, or when we walk fast, or when we do something heavy weight lifting and all those things, what happens when we are doing this? We need more and more energy to do all this. So what happens when oxygen supply is less? Our muscles will be producing more and more energy. So what happens is, in here oxygen is not involved, because the oxygen supply is not sufficient to meet this over exercise. So what happens here, when we are doing vigorous or very vigorous exercises, our muscle cells, when there is no oxygen supply, what they do? They respire anaerobically. That is, they produce energy without the oxygen, in the absence of oxygen. So what happens? The end product formed here is the lactic acid and carbon dioxide. Lactic acid is formed. What happens when this lactic acid gets accumulated in our muscle cells? So that is why when we are doing very vigorous exercise, that is very fast, when you are running very fast, when you are walking very fast, or when you are lifting heavy things, you get muscle cramps, that is pain in your muscle or stiff muscle. So that is because your muscle cells are respiring anaerobically and lactic acid is formed as a result. So what happens is the lactic acid gets accumulated in the muscle cells. That is, this accumulation of muscle lactic acid causes muscle cramps. That means pain in your muscles. So how this can be rectified, or how this can be cured? You can do massages or hot oil massage or hot oil bath, hot bath or hot water bath. You can do that. So what happens? Your muscle cramps will, or the pain in the muscles will get healed. When you do hot water massage, what happens is when you massage, the blood circulation is improved. When the blood is circulating properly, then the oxygen is also carried to the blood, and the cells will start respiring using oxygen, in the presence of oxygen, so that your pain in the muscles will be gone. So that is the anaerobic respiration taking place in the muscle cells. So I'll just repeat once again. Two types of respiration. One is aerobic, another one is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means the food or the glucose present in our cells are broken down to give energy in the presence of oxygen. So the end product formed is water and carbon dioxide. In anaerobic respiration, the glucose or the food is not completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water. Instead, this glucose is broken down into ethanol. When it is ethanol, in case of yeast are microorganisms which respire anaerobically. So this yeast are called anaerobes. So they, in the absence of oxygen, they respire, and the glucose is broken down into ethanol and water. That is why we are using the yeast in the production of beer and wine. Next, in human beings, our muscle cells will respire anaerobically. That is for a very short time, not for a very long time. That is when we do vigorous exercise. That is when you are cycling, when you are walking fast. All these activities will create a demand for oxygen. So what happens is, when there is no proper supply of oxygen due to this heavy exercise, that is, you need more and more energy. So the oxygen supply is less over there. So this muscle cells will start respiring anaerobically. It is in the absence of oxygen. So in our muscle cells, the glucose will be converted into lactic acid. So this lactic acid accumulation in the muscle cells will cause muscle cramps or the pain in our muscles. So what happens after some times, when you massage your muscles, or when you do hot water bath or something, you can get it cured. So that is the anaerobic respiration in our muscle cells. So these are the two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. The next one, we will see what is breathing. Now, we always take in air rich in oxygen. When you are breathing means you are taking in air that and giving out air. We know that. So we know that we taking in is oxygen and the gas which we are giving out is carbon dioxide. So the air rich in oxygen which we are taking in is called inhalation, and the air rich in carbon dioxide is given out, that is called exhalation. So breathing means taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. When you are taking air rich in oxygen, it is called inhalation. When we are giving out air rich in carbon dioxide, it is called exhalation. Okay. Now this inhalation and exhalation takes place throughout the life of an organism. So till he dies, this inhalation and exhalation will go on. It is a continuous process. Now we will see what is the breathing rate. That means the number of times a person breathes in 1 minute is called the breathing rate. Now the next one is a breath. Breath means 1 inhalation plus 1 exhalation, that makes 1 breath. Okay, now how many times a normal human being, when he is resting, he will breathe 15 to 18 times per minute. But when a person, when he is doing vigorous exercise, he may breathe more than 25 times per minute. So that is the breathing rate. Breathing rate means the number of times a person breathes in 1 minute. So for a man or for a normal human being who is at rest, he will breathe 15 to 18 times per minute. But if a person is doing heavy exercise, it may come up to 25 times per minute. So that is the breathing rate of a person who is doing exercise. So I hope it is clear for you all. In this video we have discussed what is breathing, that is taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. Then what is respiration? That means the food which we are taking in through the blood, it will reach the cells of our body. The cells, we know that it is the basic structure and functional unit of an organism. This cell will be performing certain functions like nutrition, excretion, reproduction, transportation and all those things. So for all these activities or for all these duties of that cell, we need energy. The cells need energy. So from where this energy is got, that is from the food we eat. So the food we eat will go to our stomach, and after the digestion process through the blood, it will reach the cells. So the food, now it is called glucose, which is present in the cells. Food is now, we call it glucose when it reaches the cells. Now we are taking in oxygen, that also through the blood, it will reach the cells. The oxygen will break down the glucose to release energy. So that is called respiration. This is taking place in the cells, so it is called as cellular respiration. Now there are two types of respiration. One is aerobic and another one is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is respiration taking place in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration, respiration taking place in the absence of oxygen. So in aerobic respiration, the end product, the glucose, will be broken down completely into carbon dioxide and water. In case of aerobic respiration, the glucose will be converted into ethanol. That is in case of yeast, and in case of human beings, where in the muscle cells, the glucose will be converted into lactic acid. We have saw what is inhalation and exhalation. You all already know that. We used to do yoga in our school, so you should you should get back all those things to your mind. So inhalation means taking in air rich in oxygen. Exhalation means giving out air rich in carbon dioxide. So breathing rate means it is the number of times a person breathes in a minute, and one breath means it is one exhalation plus one inhalation. That will give you one breath. So hope you understood this, children. So the rest we will deal in the next video. Now what you have to do is go through the lesson till what I have taught you today. Hope you all understood. Read your text. Thank you.